Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today we're going to be using our recycled windowed envelopes, our junk mail, and we're going to make a beautiful piece of ephemera using 2 envelopes. So let me show you what I made with my 2 envelopes and then we'll construct one together. This is my cover. I have a little piece of lace from a wedding dress, some satin ribbon, a label, and some bling, and a little bit of lace. I think it really turned out quite beautiful. Now you could use this as an add-on to a junk journal. It could be a standalone piece. You could send it out in Happy Mail. There's lots of things that you can do with this. You could give it as a gift. So let's just open this up like this. We have our second window right here, and we have a pocket, and I have 2 pieces of ephemera in my pocket. This ephemera is from Chapter 1 Papers. I've got the lace here, and then there's another piece of lace right here. Open it up a little further. Isn't that nice? It opens up so lovely. Our center here, we have another pocket with 2 more pieces of ephemera. We have a tuck spot right here with a piece of ephemera. Get this back in there. And then over here, we have 2 more pieces of ephemera. Now this one I have chosen to sew around the edge of the envelopes. Actually, this one's not sewn around, but this one is. So I did one and I didn't do the other. On the one that we're going to make today together, I did not sew at all, but I did sew this other one that I'm going to show you. Now, some of you might say, okay, I got my junk mail, I've got my windowed envelopes, now what do I need to do? Well, you're going to need to cut off both ends and one of the sides. So you're going to have it look like this. When it's all said and done, you want, now don't mind that, I was just working on a project and it got marked. You need to be able to open your envelopes like this. Okay, so some have larger windows, some have smaller windows. Then I even have a double, here's a double window. All right, so you get the idea. Excuse me. The next thing that we want to do, you want to decide what 2 envelopes do you want to use. And as you can see here, this is offset right here, as well as the one that we're making today. It needs to be offset because you need to have a little tuck spot right here. So let's see, let's work with it here. We can use this one, and we could use this one. We wanted, those are the same size windows. Or we could maybe use this one. These are all going the same way. Here's one that's going a different way. Yeah. All right, maybe we could do it this way. All right. I'm just looking at what we've got here to work with. I think I want it to be like this. I want this to be shorter. So I'm actually going to bring in my guillotine and I'm going to chop this off. And I'm going to show you why I'm chopping this off. Maybe something like that. And this can offset like this. Yeah, So these windows are going to be filled. So you're not going to see the window behind until you open it. And when you open it completely, I've offset it, as you can see. And then here would be your tuck spot right here. Let's look at one that's already been collaged. Here we have it. Now, as you can see, I've sewn around the edge of this one. It's already totally collaged. The back here has not been collaged of my smaller envelope. And that's because this is the one that we're going to offset. And we're going to use probably about like this to come down like that. And then when you open it up, you see the window here. There's a little window right there. And then you open it up further. And then this would be your tuck spot right here. I think these papers don't really go with these other papers, but yeah, we're not working on this one. I'm just using this as an example. This right here, covering your envelope, is really what takes you the time. It's a great way to get your mojo back, even if you just sit and cover a whole bunch of envelopes, going through all your scrap pieces of paper and combining them together. It is really relaxing, and it actually serves a purpose. One, you're using up your scraps and you're working through your scrap pile. And two, you're working on pieces of ephemera that you definitely can use later on, even if you don't make this project. Now I'm going to bring in this one right here. This is the one in which we're going to decorate today, because I've already glued it all together and it's ready to go. Right here is where the tuck spot is. Oh, I even have my card already popped in there. I just put a whale tab on the side of my piece of ephemera, and it fits right into the pocket that we made by only gluing down this side and this side of our envelope that we folded out. So in my example here that I was working on, this right here is this one. And this right here is this one. Okay? So sometimes you can, it looks so different because it's been collaged. I thought that maybe we could put a flip book in this one. Instead of having 3 pockets, we could have 2 pockets and a flip book. That would be really cute. So let's go ahead and let's begin. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of lace here. As you can see, my window shows, and I'm going to see if I can fix that. I have a dish right here, and I have some lace, and I have 2 pieces of lace. Yeah, that's for that side. So I'm going to set that one over there. And I would like to add my lace onto my little piece, my envelope. I'm going to bring in my hot glue gun because it's just so quick and easy, and it's really great for videos. And my glue gun is a Sure Bonder registered trademark, and it's a high temp. All right, so I'm just kind of looking at this. I can actually put it pretty far out to cover up my window. I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to add just a little bit of glue here. I'm going to lay my piece of lace right on here like this. I'll line it up just a little better, just so I can see if I can get my lace to go on straight, as straight as possible. There we go. So we've got that on. That's going to cover up my window perfectly. So let's trim this out right here. And let's trim this side. All right. I like how that looks. Let's bring this dish back. I have this wonderful bunny, and I thought this bunny really, really looks very regal. And there was something about, I was playing around with what I had. I just thought that really looks spectacular, especially with this piece of paper right up here at the top. I have a little tiny label. I thought I could put that down just like that. I think that's super cool. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue my lace down first. So, turning it over and just adding some glue onto this piece of lace and then popping it right back on like this and then pressing it down gently. Now I am going to have to go back around. I'm going to need to glue all of my beads. Make sure they're glued down. When I cut, or when you cut, a piece of lace that has beads on it, you're cutting the string that holds it all together. So you're going to want to reinforce whatever bling is on that piece so you don't lose it. All right, I think I've got that. I think I'm going to need to glue this down right here. Like that. There you go. All right, so now let's get this regal bunny placed. And I thought she would be great just right there. Adding my glue, and I'm using my art glitter glue. You use the glue that you like. And I'm going to get her ears in there. And maybe something like that. And I'm going to put this label right down here at the bottom. Okay. I think we'll add a little bit more bling in a little bit, but I'm very happy with how that's looking right now at this point in time. Let's go on to the next page. That's this one right here. We have quite a bit of space. This is where the fold is, and so there's a good ½ an inch almost right here between the end of this piece of mail and where the fold is to the next. And I thought we could add this lovely piece of lace at the edge of this. I like that. So let's turn it this way and let's do the exact same thing. Just gonna put this on a grid and I'm gonna add my glue and then I'm gonna place my lace right on top. Now I'm not going to have as much come over the edge of this piece of lace as I did the first one. I'm not worried about covering up a window. I just would like to get a little bit of lace on the edge of this just to make it look a little special. Trimming my lace off now. Oh, almost trimmed it too close to the edge. And let's put it back and see how we're looking. That's great. Now, I thought maybe this little label could go right here. Now I don't want that label to stick out past here, so I'm just guiding myself. I think I need to glue it on about right there. I thought the blues went lovely with the blue flowers in the window. So let's just pop that on right like that. Now, let's address the inside, shall we? We talked about putting a pocket here. We talked about putting a pocket here. And we talked about putting a flip book right in the center. I have a few pieces of ephemera here. I thought this one would be great as a side pocket. This was a piece of collaged paper that I cut when I think I was probably making this one or one of them, and I was sizing it down. And then I have another tag, and I have my pages for the flip book. So let's glue this one down. So I'm using a piece of ephemera from Chapter 1 Papers, and I am going to place my glue on 2 of the sides so that it's a very quick little tuck spot that I can create by doing that. And then I can tuck in one of these tags. Goes great, doesn't it? And then over here, we can glue 3 sides down on this piece of paper so you can see it's the inside of an envelope. And I'm just going to pop it on right here, wiping down the extra glue that's oozing out. Okay, and then I have a couple more pieces of ephemera we can pop in there. Now we need a little bit of decoration on there. So I have some roses, and these roses are from Shabby Dabby Doodah. And I think I'd like to maybe pop them on about right there. So I'm going to add my glue and pop these on just like this. Now let's talk about our flip book. So wait a second, do I have another label here? Oh, I think I was going to put this label on here. If I remember right, I think I was going to do that. So let's go ahead and do that before I maybe lose it somewhere. I noticed that it needed a little bit of inking. Let's add our glue and pop it on there. All right. So I have cut my pages, and I don't have very many. I have 3. I didn't want a lot because it would make it too awful bulky. I'm looking for my little staple gun, and I've already, I thought I was going to keep this straight, but I see that it's not, and I need to straighten it up again. And then I'm going to put just 3 little staples across one end of my paper that I'm making into a flip book. Now I made it so it would just go on this part right here, but I need to cut that down just a little bit more. It's still a little long for my liking. So I'm just going to cut that off just a little bit more and see if that, yeah, I think that will work. I also have a little scrap, if I can get it picked up here, right here. I thought that would be very nice if we glued that right on top, and that will cover up the staples. Now I am going to glue this down onto my page first. So now I've got all the way to here, so I can position this in the middle because it's not going to fold to all the way on over here. So I'm going to glue that down like this, and then I'm going to add, which way do I want this? I think I want it this way. I'm going to add my glue to my little piece right here. Goes pretty much all the way across. That's nice for a finishing touch on the top. And then I have this little butterfly. I don't know, I thought it would be really cute to pop up here, even though it's not really the same color, although it pulls in the color right here. I'm going to go ahead and pop that little butterfly right up there, because already we're very eclectic, having all this different papers all combined together. And I really love having a flip book. So here is my example, and let's look at how that looked inside. So inside it looked like this, and we had the 3 pockets. And the one we just made has 1 tuck spot, 1 pocket, and a flip book. So you can make these in all kinds of different ways. I do hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.